Good day to all of you, and the warmest welcome to a new time on Jibek Joly World. I'm Jibek Joly. Kazakhstan will hold presidential debates on November the 11th. The candidates will present their election programs and participate in the discussion and question session. The Central Election Commission has approved the rules for holding the pre-election debate.
The first round is the election program presentation. This is where each candidate will make a speech to present their election platforms. The participants will have up to 3 minutes for the presentation. The second round is a discussion session in which debaters will ask their opponents 2 questions while answering 2 questions themselves. 30 seconds will be given to formulate the question and 2 minutes for each participant to answer it.
The Central Election Commission has accredited 271 foreign observers to monitor the upcoming presidential elections in Kazakhstan. Since late September, 139 observers from international organizations and 8 foreign states have received their accreditation. This month, the country's foreign ministry nominated 134 observers, including 24 people from 14 countries. The high dynamics of cooperation can be observed between Kazakhstan and the European Union. The political reforms of Kassym-Jomart Tokayev are praised in the European Union. Deputy Managing Director of the European External Action Service for the Eastern Partnership, Russia, the Caucasus and Central Asia, Luc Devine, stated. He placed an emphasis on a number of important high-level meetings, as a result of which Kazakhstan and the European Union signed a bilateral memorandum of understanding on the strategic partnership in the field of sustainable raw materials, batteries and green hydrogen value chains. The experts stressed that the European Union is the country's largest investor and is ready to further strengthen economic, cultural and scientific cooperation.
The relationship was already very good, but it's getting even better. We are witnessing a number of premiere events of great importance. A couple of weeks ago, President Michel was in Astana. Next week, I'll join the High Representative in Astana as well. So I would say that it couldn't be better. And we also appreciate the course that Kazakhstan has taken in a, I would say, turbulent world and has chosen a moderate voice in the region. We support very much these 6 new laws that have been promulgated by President Tokayev after the turbulent events of January. We support development of democracy and human rights and stability and prosperity.
The trade turnover between Kazakhstan and the European Union has doubled compared to last year. Over the first 8 months of 2022, the trade value reached almost 30 billion of US dollars. Inflow of investments from Belgium and the country is also increased. Over the first 6 months of the year, it amounted to about 1 billion of US dollars.
We are really proud to be a friend of Kazakhstan because all Europe look at your country with a good eyes. We are convinced that Kazakhstan can play a really important role in the game of a Central Asia relation. And I think that new Kazakhstan is going to be the most important country in the Central Asia, and so Europe look at that. Kazakhstan really a good the decision to change the constitution to organize the election of the president for just one time for 7 years. It's really important. We are proud to have a good relation with your country.
Boosting the development of transport infrastructure and enhancing the transit and logistics potential of the Central Asian region. This was the conclusion reached by international experts at the second think tank forum of China and 5 Central Asian countries held in Beijing. The meeting of economists, researchers and diplomats focused on identifying new opportunities for joint development. During his speech, Kazakh ambassador to China, Shahrat Nuryshev, highlighted that the region now occupies an important place on the Eurasian continent and that the Central Asia Plus format is attracting interest from key players on the global stage.
A lot of efforts still need to be made for the real development of mutual ties between us, the real contribution to the development of trade and economic cooperation, as well as to regional and global economic development. There are also new challenges in the areas of energy and food security. Imports from China are growing due to shipments of cars, manufacturing equipment and computers. Kazakhstan exports mainly mineral products, metals and chemical products. Great attention is paid to the export of Kazakh agricultural products to China. To date, around 600 domestic enterprises producing wheat, beef, pork, soybean, honey, fish, alfalfa, flour and flour products have been authorized to supply their products to the Chinese market.
Kazakhstan ramped up coal supply to foreign markets by almost 20% this year, which depended directly on the black coal reserves. In monetary terms, exports grew by 2.2 times, energyprom.kz reports. Overall, Kazakhstan has exported 22 million tons of coal over 8 months of 2022, mainly to Russia that purchased over 13 million tons. The top three included Kyrgyzstan and Uzbekistan as well. Kazakhstan exported a total of about 8 million tons of coal to other countries, which is also twice as much as last year. In monetary terms, the volume of exports increased by over 8.5 times, having reached almost 452 million of US dollars. It bears noting that most of the supplies was sent to Switzerland, Poland, and Cyprus. Doctors from Tajikistan intend to adopt the experience of Kazakhstan in the successful implementation of primary healthcare reforms. It involves the integration of health and social services, the development of family medicine, and the improvement of communication between health institutions and the population. Specialists at the Yembekshi Kazakh Multidisciplinary Inter-District Hospital, which is in the Almaty region, will introduce their Tajik counterparts the best practices. The World Health Organization primary healthcare demonstration platform has been established at the facility. The multidisciplinary teams consisting of a doctor, a nurse, a social worker, and a psychologist work there. It is planned to hold a series of seminars and workshops, as well as visits to family medicine centers and villages.
In Tajikistan, 73% of the population lives in rural areas, so we are interested in learning how to make quality care more accessible and how to make both the patient and the doctor comfortable so that the medic enjoys his work.
В этом году 3 страны приехали, и мы ожидаем будущее еще.
This year we received specialists from 3 countries, and we expect another 10 or 12 delegations to come here and attend our program in the next few years. Kazakhstan is the only country in the CIS where social workers and psychologists are integrated into the primary healthcare team. Problems cannot be solved by diagnostics or antibiotics alone. An integrated approach is needed.
Надо комплексно подойти к проблемам.
Copies of letters and decrees of the great Khagans were presented at an exhibition in Almaty. The images of all rulers of the Mongol Empire, from Genghis Khan to Möngke Khan, were displayed as well. Visitors saw the gold tablets, which the rulers presented as credentials, as well as coins drawings of the 13th century. According to the organizers, drawings of the gold dinars minted in Samarkand had a special historical value at the exhibition. The event was dedicated to the 30th anniversary of diplomatic relations between Kazakhstan and Mongolia.
Visitors will be very interested to see the letters of that time in the current information age. And of course, such exhibitions show how the art of nomads has developed. This will be very interesting for our youth. Not everyone is able to touch the history and see the artifacts. Such exhibitions provide this opportunity and introduce the nations that have some common roots and common parts in the history to each other. And the legacy that we have shown in our drawings and paintings is a testament to the great nomadic civilization that has flourished over the centuries.
That's all the news we've got for you today. Make sure to stay tuned. I'm Nurbek Kamenov, and I'll see you very soon.